Do you ever wonder why your blood sugar is high in the morning, even when you've eaten healthy the day before? You're not alone. This puzzling rise in early morning glucose levels has confused many, especially those managing diabetes or prediabetes. But there's a name for it: the dawn phenomenon. And what's even more surprising, one of the biggest culprits might be what you're eating just before bed. Barbara O'Neill, a respected natural health educator and nutritionist, has worked with thousands of patients over the years. She points to one key change that made a dramatic difference in her clients' morning glucose numbers: stop eating the wrong nighttime snack. In fact, most people unknowingly sabotage their blood sugar control by indulging in common evening treats, thinking they're harmless. But these seemingly innocent habits can trigger your liver to flood your bloodstream with extra glucose while you sleep. And the result? You wake up with numbers that don't match your efforts. So before you reach for that bedtime bite again, let's explore exactly what's going on inside your body and what you can do to take back control. Understanding the dawn phenomenon. Your body is an incredible machine, working around the clock even while you sleep. But in the early hours of the morning, usually between 2 a.m. and 8 a.m., something unusual happens. Your liver, responding to hormonal cues, begins releasing glucose into your bloodstream. This is meant to give you a burst of energy to start the day. It's a natural process, part of your body's circadian rhythm. But for people with insulin resistance or diabetes, this mechanism can go awry. The glucose keeps rising, but the body doesn't respond with enough insulin to bring it back down. That's what's known as the dawn phenomenon. And it can lead to frustratingly high fasting blood sugar numbers, even if you went to bed with perfect readings. Now here's the part. Most people miss the foods you eat the night before can either help your body manage this glucose surge or make it far worse. For example, if you eat a carb-heavy snack, say, a bowl of cereal, a banana, or even a granola bar, your body's insulin response gets activated late at night. But then, as insulin drops off and the liver starts releasing glucose in the early morning, your blood sugar has already been on a roller coaster, and you wake up with levels that are much higher than they should be. It's not just about what you eat, but when you eat it. Eating too close to bedtime can signal to your body that more fuel is coming, delaying its natural fasting state and increasing the glucose load by morning. Barbara O'Neill explains that for many people, simply shifting their last meal to an earlier time and avoiding certain snacks before bed can make a powerful difference. And she's not alone. This is backed by science too. So, now that you understand the role of the liver and your internal clock, let's talk about the specific nighttime snacks that might be spiking your morning glucose and what to avoid tonight. The impact of nighttime snacks. Imagine this. You finish dinner at 6:30 p.m. and a few hours later, while watching TV or reading, you feel a little hungry. So, you grab a snack. Maybe it's a slice of toast with jam, a cookie, a bowl of fruit, or even some crackers. It's light, right? And you think, better to eat a little something than go to bed hungry. But here's the problem. That small snack might be undoing all your efforts to manage your blood sugar. Barbara O'Neill warns that many popular nighttime snacks, especially those high in carbohydrates or sugar, can cause a delayed spike in blood glucose. And that spike often doesn't show up until the early hours of the morning, just as your liver is already preparing to release glucose. It's like throwing fuel on a fire that's just starting to burn. High glycemic foods like white bread, sweetened yogurt, bananas, rice cakes, or even a glass of fruit juice are some of the most common offenders. They digest quickly and cause a rapid rise in blood sugar, even if your body manages to bring it down before you fall asleep. The hormonal changes during sleep, especially cortisol and growth hormone, can trigger your liver to push out even more sugar. This is particularly dangerous if you're insulin resistant. Your cells don't absorb the sugar effectively, so it lingers in your bloodstream. By the time you wake up, your fasting glucose is elevated, and you're left wondering why. Even healthy snacks like fruits, dates, or energy bars can be problematic. While they may be nutritious in the daytime, your metabolism slows in the evening, and your insulin sensitivity drops at night. That means your body is less capable of handling sugar after dark. Barbara O'Neill often reminds her audience that nighttime should be a time of rest and repair, not digestion. When you eat too late, your body shifts from healing to processing food. That not only raises blood sugar, but also interferes with sleep quality, gut repair, and fat metabolism. The takeaway: if you struggle with high morning glucose, the first step is to eliminate snacks after dinner, especially anything sweet or starchy. Give your body a chance to enter a true fasting state overnight. And if you truly need a little something before bed, don't worry. We'll explore better alternatives soon. But first, let's take a closer look at what Barbara O'Neill actually recommends when it comes to meal timing and food choices for blood sugar control. Barbara O'Neill's dietary recommendations. Barbara O'Neill doesn't just warn people about what to avoid. She's known for offering practical, natural, and deeply nourishing alternatives. Her core philosophy is simple: eat in a way that supports your body's natural rhythms, digestion, and healing capacity. And when it comes to managing high morning glucose, her advice is refreshingly straightforward. First, she emphasizes the timing of your last meal. O'Neill strongly recommends eating dinner at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. This gives your body time to digest and allows your blood sugar to return to baseline before sleep. According to her, the best time to finish eating is around 6:00 or 6:30 p.m., especially for those who struggle with blood sugar fluctuations. Why is this so important? Because during sleep, your pancreas produces less insulin. That means your body isn't as prepared to deal with a sugar spike from a late meal. By stopping food intake early in the evening, you allow your body to enter a true fasted state 1, where it can focus on repair, not digestion. In terms of what to eat, Barbara is a strong advocate for plant-based, high-fiber meals. These foods release glucose slowly and help avoid the spikes and crashes caused by refined carbohydrates. She often recommends meals rich in legumes, leafy greens, root vegetables, nuts, and seeds. These foods not only support blood sugar balance but also nourish your gut microbiome, which plays a crucial role in metabolic health. For dinner, she suggests light yet satisfying options. A vegetable-based soup, lentils with brown rice, or a small salad topped with avocado and seeds are some of her go-to recommendations. These meals are easy to digest and less likely to trigger blood sugar spikes overnight. When it comes to fats, Barbara doesn't shy away. In fact, she encourages healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, and raw nuts. These help slow the absorption of carbohydrates and promote longer-lasting energy. A dinner with healthy fats tends to stabilize glucose through the night, reducing the liver's need to overcompensate in the morning. And perhaps one of her most valuable tips: avoid dessert after dinner. Even fruit, she warns, can act like sugar when eaten late in the day. She advises people to save sweet fruits for the morning or early afternoon when insulin sensitivity is higher and your body is more equipped to handle natural sugars. Barbara O'Neill believes food is medicine, and when used wisely, it can restore balance to the body without the need for excessive medication. Her approach isn't about deprivation, it's about real nourishment at the right time. Next, let's explore one surprising bedtime food she actually does recommend for some people, and how it may help balance blood sugar while you sleep. Beneficial bedtime foods. Now, you might be wondering if eating before bed can spike blood sugar. Is it ever okay to have a bedtime snack? Surprisingly, yes, but only if it's the right kind of food, and only when your body truly needs it. Barbara O'Neill explains that for some individuals, especially those prone to nighttime hypoglycemia or erratic morning glucose, certain foods can actually help stabilize blood sugar overnight. One of her most talked about recommendations: oats. That's right. Something as simple as a spoonful of cooked oats, or a small serving of overnight oats, can be beneficial in the right context. But not just any oats. O'Neill advises using whole rolled oats with no added sugars, prepared with water or a small amount of plant-based milk. The goal is slow, steady digestion. Why oats? They're rich in soluble fiber, particularly beta-glucan, which slows down the release of glucose into the bloodstream. Unlike sugary snacks that cause a spike and crash, oats help maintain more stable glucose levels for hours. They also support gut health by feeding beneficial bacteria, which in turn influence insulin sensitivity and metabolic function. Some people add a few nuts or seeds like flax seeds, chia seeds, or crushed walnuts for healthy fats and protein. This further blunts any glycemic impact and adds lasting satiety through the night. Another gentle bedtime option O'Neill sometimes recommends is a small serving of avocado with whole grain crackers. The healthy fats in avocado are metabolized slowly, providing a source of energy without triggering insulin spikes. Plus, avocado is rich in magnesium, a mineral involved in blood sugar regulation and sleep quality. For those who feel weak, jittery, or excessively hungry before bed, Barbara suggests tuning into the why. Are you eating enough protein during the day? Are your meals balanced? Often, those bedtime cravings are signals that something was missing earlier. That's why she always starts by encouraging people to improve breakfast and lunch, adding whole grains, beans, greens, and proteins, so they don't feel the need to top up before bed. But for those who truly need something at night, the key is keeping it light, whole, and low glycemic. Skip the fruit, the toast, the cereal, and the tea with honey. Instead, think fiber, healthy fat, and just a touch of complex carbohydrate. And always listen to your body. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Give your system a chance to rest. Now that we've covered what can help at bedtime, let's shift gears. In the next section, we'll look beyond food and explore simple lifestyle changes, like movement, stress management, and sleep habits that can dramatically influence your morning blood sugar. Lifestyle tips for managing morning glucose. While food plays a major role in your morning blood sugar, Barbara O'Neill reminds us that lifestyle habits are just as crucial. In fact, even if you eat all the right things, you may still wake up with elevated glucose if your daily rhythms are out of sync. Thankfully, a few simple changes to your routine can make a big difference. Let's start with meal timing. O'Neill strongly encourages people to eat their main meals earlier in the day. Your body is most insulin sensitive in the morning and early afternoon, which means it processes glucose more effectively. If you eat a large meal late at night, your body may struggle to metabolize it, leading to higher fasting glucose by morning. That's why she advises breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. It might sound old-fashioned. One study showed that participants who ate their largest meal at breakfast had better blood sugar and insulin responses throughout the day compared to those who saved the biggest meal for dinner. Next is physical activity, which has a powerful effect on glucose regulation. Barbara recommends gentle movement after dinner, something as simple as a 15-20 minute walk around the neighborhood. This helps your muscles use up excess glucose and reduces the burden on your pancreas. She also emphasizes the importance of consistent sleep. Poor sleep quality or late bedtimes can raise cortisol levels, a stress hormone that signals your liver to release more glucose. O'Neill suggests aiming for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, ideally falling asleep before 10 p.m. This supports your body's natural repair processes and helps maintain hormonal balance. Stress is another silent driver of morning glucose spikes. Chronic stress can cause your body to stay in a state of alert, continuously releasing glucose for emergency energy. Barbara recommends daily stress reduction practices such as prayer, journaling, deep breathing, or time in nature. Even 5 minutes of stillness can help lower cortisol and improve insulin sensitivity. Hydration also matters. Dehydration can concentrate your blood, making glucose levels appear higher. O'Neill encourages sipping water throughout the day and not relying on sugary drinks or caffeine to stay alert. Warm water with lemon in the morning can gently stimulate digestion and the liver, setting the tone for a balanced day. And lastly, Barbara often reminds her audience, be patient. Changing your glucose patterns doesn't happen overnight. It takes a few weeks of consistent habits: early meals, light dinners, proper sleep, and mindful movement to retrain your body. But once the shift begins, people often wake up with more energy, better moods, and lower fasting glucose. So now, let's wrap everything up. In the final section, we'll review the key takeaways and leave you with a gentle challenge that could transform your mornings and your health. So let's bring it all together. If you've been waking up with high blood sugar, even though you're trying your best to eat healthy, it's not just about the number on your glucose monitor. It's about understanding your body's natural rhythms and learning how to work with them, not against them. The dawn phenomenon is real. Your liver is doing its job by preparing you for the day. But if you're adding the wrong kinds of food late at night, you may be fueling an already active fire. Those innocent nighttime snacks, fruit, toast, cereal, cookies, can quietly sabotage your blood sugar while you sleep. Barbara O'Neill's wisdom reminds us that food isn't just fuel, it's information. What you eat, when you eat, and how you live all send powerful messages to your body. By choosing earlier dinners, avoiding sugary snacks before bed, and embracing whole, natural foods, you allow your body to return to balance. And it doesn't stop at food. A short walk after dinner, a calming bedtime routine, drinking more water, and getting enough rest. All of these little changes add up. They send a message to your body. It's safe to heal. So here's your gentle challenge for the next 5 days. Stop eating after 6:30 p.m. Replace any late-night snack with a cup of herbal tea or a small spoonful of oats if you really need it. Go for a short walk after dinner. Then, check your fasting blood sugar each morning and notice how your body responds. You may be surprised how powerful these small shifts can be. And if this message resonated with you, please share it with someone you care about. You never know whose health you might help by passing on something this simple, this natural, and this life-changing. Your health is your greatest wealth. Protect it, nourish it, and let your mornings become a time of renewal, not frustration.